Philippines, if a sailor or soldier or one of their members were killed, could invoke Article 5 of the Mutual Defense Treaty.
Magandang araw mga ka-aerial defense, may ibabahagi na naman ako sa inyo dahil ngayong araw na ito ay may bagay tayong pag-uusapan. US forces nakahanda sa pag-invoke ng Mutual Defense Treaty sa Pilipinas, kapag may namatay na sundalong Pinoy dahil sa China. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag mo muna kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Maaaring gamitin na ng Pilipinas ang 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty o MDT kung ang isang mandaragat o isang miyembro ng militar nito ay nasawi, habang ang China ay patuloy na nagsasagawa ng mapanganib at agresibo na mga aksyon laban sa mga tropang Pilipino at mangingisda sa West Philippine Sea, ayon sa isang opisyal ng militar ng US, sa pagsasalita sa isang briefing ng US House Committee noong nakaraang linggo. Sinabi ni Indo-Pacific Command Chief Admiral John Aquilino, na ang China ay mas naging agresibo at lumakas ang loob sa West Philippine Sea. Matatandaan 7 tauhan na ng Philippine Navy ang nasugatan sa magkahiwalay na insidente ng water cannon ng mga barko ng China Coast Guard, laban sa mga resupply boat ng Pilipinas na patungo sa Ayungin Shoal ngayong buwan. Sinabi ni Aquilino na ang kamakailang pagiging agresibo ng China laban sa mga tropang Pilipino at sibilyan sa West Philippine Sea ay nakakabahala.
Admiral Aquilino, China has been getting steadily more aggressive in their actions against our allies in the Philippines, threatening their sovereign territory, their economy, their sailors, and their ships. How should we respond?
As it applies to the Philippines, you know, it's a really critical hotspot right now that could end up in a bad place. The continued belligerent and aggressive and dangerous activity by the PRC against our allies in the Philippines is concerning to me. The Chinese have no legal claim to the area that they have articulated as their sovereign territory, and the fact that they are now fire hosing and ramming Philippine ships attempting to support Philippine sailors on the Sierra Madre. So I'm concerned where it could go. I would hope that the international community condemnation of those actions is enough to get the Chinese to back off, but if it doesn't, it could go in bad places. The Philippines, if a sailor or soldier or one of their members were killed, could invoke Article 5 of the Mutual Defense Treaty, and that would put our policy decision makers in a place that would require really tough choices. It would be my requirement and responsibility to provide the Secretary with options if that were to happen. So there are procedures in place to avoid dangerous and unsafe accidents. We've been doing it for decades. Call regs is that current environment or procedural set of guidance. Additionally, with the PRC, we have, the United States has a code for unplanned encounters at sea that should also separate and avoid those things. The Philippines can use those. They have communicated with the PRC, yet the PRC continues to execute this belligerent, dangerous, and aggressive activity to prevent Filipino fishermen from executing their rights inside of their exclusive economic zone at Scarborough Shoal. And they have also prevented the resupply of the Philippine forces on Sierra Madre at Second Thomas Shoal. Those are not based in legality. The 2016 tribunal has ruled that the PRC has no legal claim to the area of Second Thomas Shoal. Yet they continue to drive a perception that, and they articulate that that is Chinese sovereign territory. It is not.
Nagbabala siya na ang Pilipinas ay isang kritikal na hotspot na lugar sa ngayon na maaaring mauwi sa isang hindi magandang lugar dahil sa mga iligal na aksyon ng China sa West Philippine Sea. Aniya, ang Pilipinas, isang matagal ng kaalyado ng militar at kasunduan ng Estados Unidos, ay maaaring tumawag sa MDT kung ang anumang pag-atake laban sa mga Pilipino sa West Philippine Sea ay magbubunga ng may masasawi. Sinabi ni Aquilino na ang walang uliran na pagtatayo ng militar ng China at lumalagong mga agresyon nito ay patuloy pa rin upang lalong lumala ang tensyon sa rehiyon.
Where do you assess that we have the strongest advantage over our potential adversaries in developing those allies and partnerships in the region, some of which have really atrophied over the years? And how do you think about what we need to do from the administration perspective, but also from the congressional perspective, to strengthen those allied relationships and ensure that when Xi Jinping looks out at the Pacific, he sees a lot of allies and not just the United States of America?
Thank you, Congressman. A really important question, and I think the fact of the matter is that today our most important alliances and partnerships are stronger than they have ever been. So if your question is where are our strong points, they are in the Republic of Korea, Japan, Philippines, Australia, India, and among other partners in ASEAN as it relates to the Indo-Pacific. I think in terms of what can we do to make them stronger, we have bilateral agendas with all of these countries where we are working with them, strengthening their capabilities, advancing our roles, missions, and capabilities, expanding our posture opportunities, as we talked about earlier. And one of the most important and innovative elements of our strategy in the region is the degree to which we're starting to knit these together. So we've seen unprecedented cooperation between the United States, the ROK, and Japan. We're seeing unprecedented cooperation between the United States, Japan, and Australia, where they have designed their own access agreements, and we have now seen F-35s from both countries visit each other. We're working on the Quad. We're integrating the Philippines into these structures. So it's not just an individual hub-and-spoke model, but a set and constellation of partnerships that really strengthens deterrence.
Kaisa ng Pilipinas ang Estados Unidos na nababahala sa patuloy na pagiging agresibo ng China sa mga sasakyang pandagat ng Pilipinas sa West Philippine Sea. Pahayag ito ng US Senator kasunod ng pinakahuling insidente ng paggamit ng water cannon ng China laban sa Philippine vessel, na tutungo sana sa Ayungin Shoal upang maghatid ng supply sa mga sundalo na nasa BRP Sierra Madre, sa courtesy call ng US Congressional Delegation sa Malacanang. Isa ang geopolitical issues na kinakaharap ng Pilipinas sa mga binuksang usapin ni Pangulong Marcos sa pulong. Nakakuha naman ng suporta ang Pangulo mula sa US lawmakers, ayon sa US Senator, nakatindig sila kasama ng Pilipinas sa pagpalag sa agresyon ng China, nang naaayon, kung matatandaan, si US Ambassador to the Philippines Mary Kay Carlson naman, una na ring binigyang diin na kaisa ng Pilipinas ang Estados Unidos laban sa paulit-ulit na pambabraso ng China sa Pilipinas, ikakasaang pagbabago sa resupply mission sa West Philippine Sea matapos na masugatan ang mga Filipino military personnel, sa ginawang pagbomba ng water cannon ng China Coast Guard nitong Sabado sa Ayungin Shoal. Ipinahayag ito ni Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romeo Bronner Jr., sa ginawa niyang pagbisita sa Western Command sa Palawan, araw ng Martes. Sinabi naman ni Bronner sa mga military troops na, "Keep up their good work." Ayon sa AFP, nang makumpleto ang resupply mission sa West Philippine Sea,
tuloy-tuloy yung ating RORE mission. Dahil yung DRP Sierra Madre is considered a commission Philippine Navy ship. At ang mga nakatao po dito ay mga sundalo ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. So it is our duty to continue bringing supplies to them, to sustain them in their operations, and to make sure that their morale, their welfare is taken care of. So, kaya definitely tuloy-tuloy yung aming gagawing supply mission. Ngayon, nag-uusap po kami ng Coast Guard, ng Philippine Navy, ng BFAR, at ng iba pang mga ahensya ng gobyerno upang magtulong-tulong kami kung paano natin gagawin yung mga susunod na mga resupply missions such na maiwasan natin yung mga ganitong insidente na merong nasusugatan. So, we will be adjusting our operations, but definitely hindi ko namin pwede sabihin kung ano po yung mga adjustments. Tuloy-tuloy po yung presence na ating mga uniformed personnel dito sa West Philippine Sea. At nababantayan natin yung ating sovereignty and our sovereign rights. Yun yung pinaka-objective po natin. So, marami po tayong ginagawa mga operations dito sa lugar na ito. Kasama po yung mga joint sales na ginagawa natin kasama yung ating mga allies and partners. At marami pa po tayong ginagawa mga operations dito. But what we want to assure is that yung ating mga fisher folks at yung ibang mga, let's say, yung mga scientific surveys natin ay kaya natin gawin ng malaya within our exclusive economic zone.
Sa ulat, 3 Navy personnel ang iniulat na nasaktan sa pagbobomba ng water cannon ng China Coast Guard nitong Sabado sa Ayungin Shoal. Kung patuloy pa rin na gagawin ito ang mga agresibong aksyon laban sa mga Filipino sa West Philippine Sea, hindi malabong magkaroon ng sigalot sa pinagtatalunang teritoryo. Para sa mas madaming update tungkol sa ating defense, abangan lamang ang aking mga bagong video. Para naman sa mga gusto magpa-shoutout, mag-comment lamang po at share, paki-follow at like muna ng aming page na nasa description na ang link. Huwag mo na rin kalimutan mag-like, share, and subscribe. Pindutin mo na rin ang bell para updated kayo sa aking mga video. Maraming salamat po.